ちっちゃいクマみたいな子、笑ってるみたいで可愛いよ。でもみんなとの修学旅行、本当にすっごく楽しかったよ。
Okay, hello everyone, this is Kurakami and I'm back for yet another BanG video. So, this is the event video for the, I guess, new event, because the event had actually just ended not too long ago, last night actually. So let's click over here. So this was the final result. So this is the school excursion Haneoka girls event. So with this one, it's essentially the Australia event, if you want to say it like that. So, Haneoka is just the name of the school that these particular girls go to. So it was kind of like with their school type deal, even though you don't really see any other classmates. So that is what it is. But anyway, this is the event video, and this is a challenge live. So this was just, they added 3 songs, not really added, but they added the special difficulty. But ironically, only to 2 of them. The one did not get it at all, and that was the Pastel Palette song. I forget the name, but I will show all 3 of them right now, so you'll get to see them. And then let's actually just look at this little introductory. So yep, of course we have our Kaoru. And yep, so these are the 3 songs again that you already saw. So yep, the 2 got the special treatment, the other one quite literally did not. And yeah, so you essentially in this event, you play the songs regularly, but then you get these bonus points that you can spend on those 3 songs. But when you complete them, you get even more XP, and it's a lot more than regular. So that's a good way to launch yourself up in the ranks. So after thinking about this, this is going to be the last time I film this video like this. Because, like, for example, when we go over here to the events, I already got all of these rewards, and especially for the stamp and for the cards, you can't really see them too well because of the get already, because I got them. So what I'll do in the future is I will film the initial part of the video, then I'll play the event, then I'll go back at the end so that you can see my ranking. So with that out of the way, let's get started. So as you see here, I ranked 4,872nd place, which is really awesome. That is the absolute highest I have ever ranked in a BanG event. So that is so awesome. So I got the top 5,000, and I'll show you that here in a minute. So over here, click on this, let it load. So of course that's my event, and see I already equipped my new little banner. So 5,000, awesome. And there's my Yukina from the birthday. Okay, and then let's go back here and then click over here. So again, this is all of the small little rewards you get throughout. So this again was kind of more what I was used to with the event, how it was structured. So first you get the 2-star, and that's Yukina, awesome. And then we go down here, go down a little farther, and where are you? Oh no, sorry, it went back to the beginning. So right here is our stamp, and it says, see ya! So, kind of like, they're going to Australia. So of course it's Hina, and she's saying like, see ya, or maybe in Japanese, Janet. But in this actual sticker, it is in English because they're going to an English-speaking country. Kind of cool, honestly, I think so. And then lastly, if we go all the way down here, where are you? We have our Kaoru. So I got her, of course. So this is them in the opera house. So that's pretty cool. And again, that is part of the actual event, which again, I said before, I really enjoy that. So actually, if I go all the way down, I did get every single reward this time. So every single one I got, because I played the crap out of this event, honestly. ironically enough, because there's so many birthdays. I'm so pooped out on those birthdays. But at least we won't have another one till November 3rd, and that will be Maya's birthday. So we have some time, so yes. Because, man, it's been crazy to get them out on their birthdays, so such as that is. Going over here, then we, of course, have the Kaoru again, and this is idolized. So, again, you have to have the koalas because it is Australia. And, again, that was when they were in the Opera House in the video. And in this particular Yukina, at the end of the event, which I'll explain later, she buys these 2 stuffed animal koalas. And you could call them stuffed animals, but they kind of look in the context of the drawing real. So I don't know if those were the stuffed animal ones or if they're actually real koalas, but that aside, it doesn't really matter. So anyway, you saw my place. So let's go over to the event part. So here we are. Okay, moving on to the event story for the Outback Excursion, or in this case it was School Excursion, but it's in Australia, so you get it. But anyway, starting on the first one, this is the opening, so it just literally starts with them in the airport in Australia. So it's Maya, Hina, Kaoru, Risa, and Yukina, and they all decided to go to Australia together just for a trip or whatnot. But yeah, it was a very interesting first part. So you kind of get the feel here that Hina is kind of that child who just acts on impulse, where Lisa, she is actually kind of like the leader right now, so she's trying to like rein her in, but they're just kind of talking about what they want to do while they're here in Australia. So not a whole lot, just setting up the story. Moving on to our next part, this is interesting because we actually find out that Hina can speak English pretty well, and nobody knew this because they're like, yeah, we're in Australia, their primary language is English, and we all only really know Japanese. So they're actually get worried because they're all talking about like what to do, and Hina's missing, and they look over and she's like sitting on a park bench just having a casual conversation with another girl who's obviously from Australia. So like, oh wow, you can speak it? And it's like, yeah, and she's like kind of helps them out a little bit, and then at the end they're like, hey, let's go get some food, and the English usage is hilarious. Like, I want that one, please. It's pretty hilarious. But yeah, apparently Hina's good at English. Who would have known? Moving on to our next part, this is when they actually go into the opera house and they watch Romeo and Juliet. So, of course, Kaoru was head over heels for that. And even like with Risa, she's kind of like not knowing any English whatsoever. So they're like, hey, Lisa, how much of that did you understand? And she's like, yeah, nothing really, but I got the feeling. Yep. And then moving on to our next part, they decide to go back to their hotel. And of course, this is Hina again acting on impulse. She's like, oh, Trump game, which is just like cards or playing cards. And they're like, oh, okay. But she's like, it's going to be a batsu game or a penalty game. So whoever loses has to tell an embarrassing story. And unfortunately, my girl Yukina, she loses. But she's like, yeah, I don't really have any embarrassing stories. And then she thinks about cats again, and that's her weakness. But then kind of Lisa saves her at the end. It's like, oh, what about this story about you? It was just us two. But yeah, and then they're like, hey, okay, it's pretty late, let's go to bed. And of course, Hina's just like, no, I want to play another round. But no, Hina, time to go to bed. And then moving on to our fourth part, it's the next morning, and Lisa wakes up to a phone call from her teacher, and it was like a morning call, like, hey, are you up? And at first she's like, oh, no, this is me. And once she realizes it's her teacher, she's like, oh, I'm sorry. Acting very professional, very Japanese-like. And then she's like, everybody, we have to get up. Everybody else was already up. They're like, yeah, you looked a little sad there, so we just kind of let you sleep. And they even do a little joke that she has bedhead, so her hair looks like a bird's nest. And yeah, it was what it was. But then we actually go into finally what Lisa wanted to do here. and she wanted to go to the shopping mall, just go on a shopping spree, because apparently there's a lot of good shopping malls in Australia. Who would have known? But yeah, she finally got to do what she wanted, but she's kind of just like, okay, listen, Maya, can you be the leader now? I'm kind of done with this. So then Maya, she ends up becoming the leader. Which brings us to finally our 5th part. Well, not finally, we saw the ending, but the last of the numbered parts. So they make it to the zoo, because of course Australia is known for its zoos and many, many animals. And we have the cutest scene with Yukina, because they see the koalas, and Yukina just, not just with cats, but anything cute and fluffy. And they even get a picture with the koala. And then Yukina's like, I gotta buy a stuffed animal koala. And they're like, Yukina, can you speak louder? And she just kind of bolts off to the souvenir shop. And she ends up buying 2 stuffed animal koalas, which is really adorable, because just like she's very serious all of the time. So when she gets into that mode, she's like all embarrassed. So it's really adorable. But then lastly, we have our outback. So they make it to the outback. So they took a bus to this area, and then they just get to walk around for however long that it was. And they're just talking to each other what their favorite parts were. And it was kind of funny, because Hina's like, yeah, mine was like with your bedhead, Lisa. And she's like, but that had nothing to do with Australia. She's like, no, well, it's with fun time with all of you. So that's what really matters. And, you know, then they start talking about the future and all that good stuff. And then Yukina's like, oh, by the way, isn't the bus coming back soon? And they're like, oh crap, they forgot. So then it does that comedic end where they're just trying to run to the bus and catch it in time. And of course, everyone's freaking out except Hina. Hina's just like, ha 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 ha, I'm so carefree and la la la. So she's like, I'm just having fun. But yeah, that's kind of how it ends. And yeah, a really good story. I kind of enjoyed it. Each part was very different than the other. And I like these kind of stories where they do something very crazy, because it's just more interesting that way, in my opinion. And sorry, I kept saying Lisa and Risa, just because the Japanese is Lisa. And of course, when you translate it, it's Lisa, because L's don't exist in the Japanese language. So yeah. But anyway. Okay, welcome everyone to the gotcha part of the video. So, this event just came out. I'm doing this before anything with the event, because I just want to see if I get any luck. It would be nice. But anyway, this is the G-Day Wonderful Trouble Gotcha. So this one's actually more akin to what I remember, because we have the 2 4-stars and the 1 3-star. The last event was a little strange, where they only had the 4 stars. There wasn't any 3-star in the gotcha, but that's okay. So let's take a look at our cards. So our first 4-star, this is of course Lisa, and her pre-idolizer is pretty cute, because it also has Yukina, so I'm down with that. Then we have our Hina. And this one's also really nice. I love that sunset. Very nice. And lastly, we have our Maya. So, yep, and that's her pre-idolized. So, you know, I don't think this is a limited gotcha anyway. So, it is what it is. It'd be nice to get the Lisa, but I'm not going to count my chickens or anything. But anyway, these are the outfits. Really cute, honestly. I love Lisa's. Lisa's really nice with a little koala, because I'm assuming that this is in Australia, especially. Okay, it is Australia, because we have that building, which I do not even know the name of, which, oh well. Yep. And then our Maya. Okay, let's put it on our Lisa and hope we get some good odds. So we're going to do the 15 star pool. So I'll only be doing the 1 for this gotcha, because again, also Yukina's birthday's coming up, so we'll see about that. But anyway, let's just hop into this and see what happens. Can I get some luck? Anything. No. Can we get Maya? Oh, that one's new. Initial. Okay, that was a very bad pull. It's whatever though, because again, this is probably a limited gacha, unlimited gacha anyway. But anyway, you know what? Sure, I'll do this last one, but that's it. That's it. Yeah, white, so nothing. But yep, there was your little bonus. So okay. Well, anyway, this has been the gacha part of the video, and we'll hop back to the end. So see ya. Okay, welcome back everyone. I hope you really enjoyed all of that. I'm trying to keep this video not too long, so again, I didn't really get anything with the gacha, but that's fine because again, this is a permanent gacha. So if we go back here, we actually see what the new event will be. So because I'm already recording this later in the life, this event is over and the next one was announced, and I actually watched the live stream, and I'm not going to click on it here, but they are doing a That Time I Was Reincarnated as a Slime collaboration. So it's going to be that anime with the Morphonica group. So that will be the next event. It is a collab, so I definitely will be doing some pulls for that because again, collabs are kind of the most limited of limited that are in this game because they rarely ever come back. But anyway, so I hope you all enjoyed this event video. I know I did. The event itself, it was a pretty good event. I really enjoyed the theming of it. And this is actually the second time that they have made a school excursion event. The first one was, I forget the name of it because I didn't actually play it, but I believe they were just in Japan. So this time it was in Australia, and it was one of the different schools. So if they do this again, like a part 3, it will of course be not the Haneoka girls, but it'll be some kind of other school. And there are several schools within the Bandori universe that all of the girls go to. But anyway, I've been rambling enough. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And this is going to be Kurokami, and I'm signing off.